You finally got it.
I was like, who does she remind me of? All right. Oh, I can play this song forever, you know. I shouldn't, but I feel like I want to, guys. Do you want to do Envy?
Yeah.
I'm also trying to give Erabo a second to get in.
Text me.
You made it.
Morning, man. Bro, morning. Why is your button on song? Where were you? Shakwafa. Morning. Omo.
The traffic is really bad, eh?
Oh, no music. Picture. No, not yet. We're gonna have to come in.
Today's Burberry. Chef Jeff. What's up?
I actually tweeted the song already. I tweeted the song already
With
your handles and all that to introduce the show.
So we've now had like so many tweets.
No, we've not put this one out.
No, not this one.
At least you got one that had a handle, because mine didn't put a handle, so that's fine.
No, the name is okay, and we're in. This is really Smooth 98.1. That was absolutely smooth music by Ogie, and that is our tune for today. What's going on? Okay. So yes, welcome to the Grapevine. There we go. Now I can hear myself. Welcome to the Grapevine for a Tuesday morning, a brand new week of entertainment, and we have got Victor Peppel and myself, Shakla Martins, joining us in the studio. It's Chef Jeff 3000 on caffeine.
I love you 3000. Yes, I am on caffeine, and we are loving it.
We are loving it. From here on out, I'm gonna have like little injection shots of caffeine just to pep him up whenever.
Yeah, Chopin's on my side, like me.
Madam Producer, I'll tell you on radio. And Aeroball 100, how you doing?
That's how I keep it every time.
Yeah,
Good morning,
yeah.
Good morning, Victor and Chef Jeff Lakumi. You know me, I love you now, so regardless.
Please, that's called currying favor. And we got you too. Okay, we're streaming live already up on youtube.com/smooth981FM Lagos. Make sure you can leave a comment up on the live stream. Also send your WhatsApp messages into 0809 440 981 and hashtag Grapevine981 on Twitter. We've already tweeted about this new music that we're reviewing, which is Envy by Ogie. And let's get straight into it because we give a lot of time to the music. I can't lie, I was feeling it.
You know what? I don't really have much complaints about how much time we gave to. We're a bit late for the show. I don't have complaints about that because of the song. I mean, I could have gone with that, listening to that, honestly speaking. So this is a song called Envy by Ogie, and at first I was like, please, let them not have sent me a song that the title was called Ogie. I cannot. Thankfully, it is actually what her name is, Ogie Fediora. And this is her second song. It came out 2 weeks ago. And her first song actually came out in February. And when you look at how amazing this song is, that the writing is spectacular, her vocal jewels are spectacular, her vibrato. And this is someone, she's based in the US, has no vocal training whatsoever, just learned by herself.
Excuse me?
Exactly.
Wow.
She honestly just learned by herself, and that's what you're getting from this song here. So I'm looking forward to seeing a video. I have given her a follow straight away because I haven't been this excited about somebody in a long time, to be honest. Her writing is impeccable. Like, this is her first song, which I called I Got It. There's a video for that. Her presence, her whole vibe actually is something that's really
like, I am in love with her vibe right now.
Yeah.
So, you know, like throughout the song, I've been listening to the song and I kept saying her voice, like the quality of her voice, the notes that she's hitting. I was like, oh, she reminds me of someone. I cannot use something.
It still hasn't come through yet.
I was hitting my head at one point. Lindsay Abuday. She reminds me of
Okay,
Lindsay.
I'm so glad you did not say Lindsay Lohan.
Why would I
When I heard
do
Lindsay
that?
Okay.
No, guys, no. Because the last time I heard a voice like this with a quality like this was when I first heard Lindsay and fell in love with Lindsay Abuday, and same thing goes, like it was instantaneous. So glad I finally made the connection, guys. That's all I can say.
Mm.
But she was like, when she released Envy, that this is like her personal love letter to her haters, to say that I'm sorry you can't have what I have. That's just envy, y'all.
I love it. I love it. And she started out with an a cappella group before moving into this. But bear in mind, she has a political science and business studies or some other degree, basically. And she's done a lot of things, humanitarian work here and there. So the music was more of a side thing that she might be considering. She still has no label just yet. But I mean, I
Can
don't
you
think it should be
believe
hard to
This
find.
is the thing. When there's talent, it's like it's just a side thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not the main
That
thing.
other people are struggling for. Oh, I love it.
Honestly speaking, the writing is
She's
fantastic.
indeed blessed, but this song generally, I'm not too psyched about it. It's-
Really? Okay, tell me,
It's
tell
a
me.
song that I just would include in a playlist. I wouldn't, lift it up there. It's just something that is okay. Nothing pops out for me. I love the lyrics, I love the delivery, but it just doesn't get me.
Maybe it will grow on you.
Yeah, it's a song that isn't hitting me immediately.
I can actually see what you mean by that. For me, it hit me immediately.
Yeah,
but
So
like,
it was the same for me as
looking
well.
at it objectively,
Hitting you immediately?
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I listened to it for the
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
time, I mean, it just hit me. I love the song.
Okay.
I can't even lie. And then I went on YouTube. It's got 18,000 views
Yeah.
already.
Well,
in
I
2
mean, it might have
weeks.
been the first comment on YouTube that got me to get it back instantly, because the person like, oh, I saw this on the advert at first, and I was like, thank God I fell in love with it, whatever. But I mean, it really is an amazing song. I have to disagree, but I get where you're coming from on that
Yeah.
part there. And when you look at what her first song is more of an R&B kind of thing, and this you had the jazz element there.
Mhm.
And for me, I have to really give props to the writing and the way that she runs her vocal track, because there are not a
Yeah.
lot of Nigerian artists that you find
That can
in
write
the
and
commercial
deliver.
side that can deliver both packages there. You have to go
Yeah.
to things like open mic nights where people are underappreciated all the time. So definitely, I mean, she has a very brilliant future ahead of her, I feel, as long as she sticks to her fan base and doesn't sell out.
But do you think this particular song is commercial?
Yeah, it is she builds her fan base. Listen, let me tell you something, right? When Thames first started out, everybody was like, no, nobody can listen because she's
Yeah.
not. And then here we are, a different story entirely. And she still hasn't sold out to giving you Bangolo music.
Okay, so
Right.
take out.
So it's really about
take out
having-
Essence from Thames now.
Yeah. What do you mean, Mr. Rebel?
Okay.
Try me.
Come on,
Try Me.
Try Me was a,
Yeah.
Did you ever go
So
for one of a live
you see
concert?
how those songs were immediately you listen to them, they hit you.
Mm.
This one hasn't just hit me
It's
yet.
just not doing
I'm
it for
still
you.
waiting for those try
Maybe it will
me's,
grow on you.
But for me, all I know is
Rebel
that it
and
hit me
everything.
enough for me to go and listen to it. I got it.
And I'm not
And
saying
so
this
I
as
can
a
see her
diss, I'm
versatility.
just saying
Yeah.
No, I
it didn't
understand
hit me.
now.
Mhm.
If it didn't hit you, it didn't
Headphones
hit
are
you.
Headphones.
Yeah, but like, I listened to it, I was like, surround sound, let me hear every single bit
It's
of
an
it.
okay song. It's like the 8th song in an album.
Hey,
Yeah, that song I just completed. Like, okay, yeah, it's still platinum. Joins the rest. That's my take.
wow. There's now silence in the studio. Should we just end the show?
You play the cricket
Should we
sound
just
now?
end the show? Okay, so let's move on. Now we've got stories for you.
Well, Wizkid and Thames, nominated for Billboard Music Awards, and it's a big, big, big deal for a lot of Wizkid fans and for Nigerians in general. I tell you, now they were nominated with the song
Thames
Essence
fans.
and Thames fans as well.
Mhm.
Ah.
And
Yeah,
Thames
don't
fans
forget
as
us.
Don't
well.
forget us.
Yeah, include her.
Well, they were nominated with the song Essence, which featured Justin Bieber on the remix. And of course, Wizkid is the first Nigerian act to have his own song nominated for the prestigious award as a result of these, nomination. What do you guys think?
I mean, the song Essence, should be nominated for every award possible.
Man, now you're
Yes. See,
Listen, people, you know what? By the way, hold on. I'm sorry to have to interrupt you, Irabo, but I actually want to get your take on this. Let's do like a quick poll. So, who, as they listened to Envy, was like, "Oh my God, I love this." Who joined? Who's team Irabo and who's team Chef Jeff and the rest of the
And the
Grapevine
rest.
crew? You know,
Yeah, let us know on
Team
YouTube, let us know
Irabo.
on Twitter, let us know on WhatsApp.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let us know what you thought about this Envy by Ogi. Okay.
Essence should even be nominated for Country Music of the Year or
Oh,
something.
come
Like,
on
Essence is Essence
That's a
is a
true
hit.
fan.
Please, I'm not even a Wizkid fan. If you're gonna pick, I'm a Davido fan. I love Davido over Wizkid, but I would always recognize quality whenever I listen or see it or just come across it. So, all the Billboard Music Awards, Grammys, VMAs, all the MAs, whatever it is, Essence should be nominated at least and should be able to bag some awards. So I'm happy for this, and it's more of an encouragement to everybody really. If you're putting out music, you should think global. Once you've conquered the local space, try and start partnering with people, featuring people, and I like that Wizkid is giving people like Thames a platform to actually up.
Oh my God.
Emma from Lagos says, Irabo! With many, many O's. Did you just say take essence out of Thames? Really?
Oh my
I'll pretend I
goodness.
didn't hear that.
Where I'm
Emma.
coming
Oh my
from. No, you
goodness.
guys don't
Oh my
understand.
God. You just said that again, bringing
God.
up Thames. Are you kidding me?
You know what?
Are you kidding me?
I
Let me tell you something about Essence.
Irabo, this
Essence,
is the road you walk, all right? I don't know why you're now saying, oh my gosh.
no.
Essence was written
Nobody's-
in the pathway of Thames.
Nobody's-
It was written in the pathway of Thames. It was not written in a whiskey path. It was written in the pathway of Thames.
I'm
very,
talking
very
about
clear about that.
I am talking about the fact that because Wizkid was on that record,
No, I disagree.
Oh my god.
the leverage of
I
that
disagree.
we have to acknowledge it.
I disagree. Thames
Okay.
gets
Wizkid
featured on
is a
international
global
DJ
star.
tracks, okay?
Wizkid,
So is Thames.
Wizkid is a global star.
So is Thames.
It's called leveraging.
No.
You can be a great act
I'm
if you leverage off
kind of
of.
side with Irabo.
You understand? That's what I. That's where I'm
It is
coming.
a
That is where I am
collaboration
coming
element
from.
thing.
See, let me use Drake and Lil Wayne for example. Lil Wayne was, the person at a point, and the fact that Drake,
Okay.
we know that Drake has the superstardom in him, so that person just needs a platform. That's what I am saying. I'm not saying that.
I'm not disagreeing with
Thank
you.
you. That's all I'm saying. So Essence, when we're saying all the Wizkid fans, all the Thames fans, like, yeah, add her. She deserves to be there. But
Because Thames, we cannot deny her talent. We
I
cannot
mean-
deny her raw energy. But yeah,
yeah,
that platform.
it's
There are some diamonds that will just be dying in the middle of the.
Let me even
deep
say something. When
underground.
you asked me last week, say, what are you working on? And I told you what I was working on. Do you know how many phone calls I got just because I was on Smooth FM?
Platform, guys. Platform.
I mean, that's what I mean.
Okay, I'll allow that. I'll allow that.
I'm glad you allow it.
I'll
Thank you
allow
so
that.
much. All right. So let's quickly touch on Will Smith because he's been. Oh, that was your reaction to that. Yeah. So he's been banned from the Oscars for 10 whole years. I don't. By the way, so for everybody who has been calling, and by everybody, my giant eyes are looking at Chef Jeff and Irabo right now. Who has been saying, "Oh yeah, just remove his award from him." It's not going to happen.
Yeah, no
They have
problem.
not removed it from Polanski. They have not removed it from Weinstein. They have not removed it from anyone.
No
But
problem.
they have banned him for 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think?
I honestly, I get where they're coming from, not removing the Oscars from him. I still think that that's what they should have done, to be honest, in this case, because to ban somebody from attending doesn't change anything. He can still be nominated. He can still work with things that get put forward for,
Yeah.
but he can still win.
Mhm.
All right, it doesn't really change anything, so to speak. So what message are you sending? He can still win
Yeah.
as a non-member of the
Yeah.
Academy. So therefore, it's like, okay, you can't come. You know what? I've never been to the Oscars before either, so it's not really killing my life either. It's not killing my
Yeah, not
business.
to go
nothing.
shout.
Yes, he's paying the price because people are backing
Very
out as well as
orchestrated.
movies.
But
But
when they show you behind the scenes, they're like, okay, everybody clap now.
yeah, and that standing ovation was clearly not really a standing ovation when that happened.
I would love it on my CV.
But-
Trust me.
I quite frankly, you know what? I think at least they've given a punishment, and on top of that, they did it earlier than they planned to. Because remember, they were meant to do give their judgment on the 18th.
But
and
that's
that came
only
much
because he
earlier.
resigned.
No, they still said they were going to do it on the 18th. That they still said they're going to punish him with resignation or not, and that they're going to determine what it is on the 18th. It comes out sooner than that, so that is still a good thing to see. That there's some price. to
No,
be
I'm
paid.
saying that it came out sooner than that because he resigned, so they didn't have to follow due protocol and wait what number of days
No, they
was it?
still
Like
said- they still said-
10 days?
They still said they were going to,
Which was
even
what?
after the resignation. They still said that April 18th was going to be the date that they would say things. So, I don't know. I mean, I just feel like, yeah,
I have a question. You remember a time, I think a week later, they were saying, oh, the reason they didn't remove Will Smith was because Chris Rock said he wasn't going to press charges. Regardless of that fact, what do you guys think? Do you think he should have been removed?
they did say they
regardless?
tried to, but
That
that he
question-
refused to.
We'll answer after this break, so make sure you stick with us and also be on youtube.com/smooth91 FM Lagos because we're going to be talking about things off air.
This is Coyote Bakari.
Eh,
And you, of course, are
What were we
listening
saying?
to
I was
What
too
were we
busy
saying,
looking at
Jerry?
the time.
What were we saying?
What were we saying? I was too busy
I
looking at
was,
the
no,
time.
but do you think they should have removed him regardless?
They said that they tried to, and then he turned it down. But the thing was
Who
that
turned it down?
he refused to leave. That they sent his
Yeah,
agent.
they asked him to leave, though. The
He
guy was
sent
like,
his agent
no.
to
I'm
tell
not
him to
leaving.
leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
20 minutes later, picks up the award.
I'm sorry. they couldn't
They did
physically
not
remove
ask him that. I don't think they asked him that hard. I think what they did was like, oh, this thing is getting really big. Although they knew it was going to be big, probably didn't realize that
Yeah.
they'll be called into it.
Well,
So
they
were not
weren't
like,
sure
we
what
asked
to do
him.
at the beginning, and then they said, well, let's send his agent to go and tell him to leave, and then he refuses, and then that was basically where things were at.
back him out of the place.
I don't know.
I don't know. Like,
We
sorry.
we are 4 months away from August,
Walk
and
to
August
this
has
guy.
been waiting.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Man. You are
August
something
has
somebody
started
stand
when
up
he's waiting.
and get out. Carry him in cuffs or whatever. Like, get the guy out.
They're about bringing the Nigerian approach to
Yes. That's why I like Abacha sometimes. So.
Wow.
Yes. That's why sometimes I didn't say all the time.
Wow.
Sometimes there's some
Yeah,
times
let's
that
not make that statement.
you have to remove people from certain places. There's sometimes.
Yeah,
How can you just walk on stage and slap somebody? On live TV, my wife, my children, my mother, my everybody's watching me. They slapped me.
The thing was so shocking. I saw people are still like, no, it was still
was
just
staged.
orchestrated.
Yeah.
How can you go and slap
I mean,
somebody?
even I, when I saw, the way I found it was like I woke up in the morning because I was not going to watch it. I'm like just follow up afterwards. I woke up in the morning, went to Facebook, something slapped. I went, oh, okay, you know what? Let's go and check this out here. And as he's walking back, I'm like, this thing is probably. And then he starts to curse. Will, who cannot curse on any of his songs, only in the movie situation. That's why you know the
The weight of pretense on that guy, like it just has to sound profound. It just has to be
All
a
right,
certain
we're
way.
back in.
Free yourself, bro.
Smooth 98.1. We've got more for you in the world of entertainment right here in the Grapevine. An email from Ikeja says, come on, guys. We can't have this argument on Thames and Wizkid now. Baby steps. Thames will have her time, but for now, she and her fans should admit and enjoy the joys of up-and-coming status.
Already been up.
Well, Kyle sends a message as well. It says, Will slapped Chris Rock, Oscar slapped Will Smith, and everybody stopped slapping. This Will Jada dynamics is so unhealthy. Let me wait for August to book because Mahala be like.
Boy.
By the way, 6 figures is too small.
This August on Osinachi.
August needs 7 upwards.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's gonna be so juicy. I can imagine.
4 months from now.
If you say so. And who do we have here? We've got more. So do remember you can leave your messages across the 3 platforms: Twitter, YouTube, and WhatsApp. That number for WhatsApp 0809440981. Now you were asking a
I was
question.
asking a question.
Before we
This
went
thing
to
should
the
have been removed regardless. And again, to piggyback off what Chef Jeff said,
break.
the punishment doesn't mean anything. It's just like saying, oh, you're not going to Ogun State for the next 10 years. Well, okay, no problem now. I'll just go to Osun State. I'll go to Lagos. I'll go to Edo. Simple. And I can still do the same thing. That means nothing is stopping Will Smith from slapping somebody in 10 years. Or maybe Jada slapping somebody. Or any other person maybe giving you a suplex on stage. It doesn't, there's no form of punishment that is going to make, it's like a child. Like, don't do this. You take privileges, like the person like, oh, I can't do this. So there is no punishment. They need to take away that Oscar. In fact, if they want to really make it hurt him, all the awards that he got from other places, they should take it.
The only time an Oscar has been taken away, the only time is when was it a documentary came out and they awarded it the Oscar, then they were like, oh, it was actually released the year before, so we're going to take it back. That was the only time. I mean, when we think about the likes of Harvey Weinstein, when we think about the likes of Roman Polanski,
they should take all those
Mr.
ones.
Fugitive from Justice Polanski.
Take those ones. Yeah, but we are talking about Will Smith.
Bill Cosby, they haven't taken anything.
Well, that's up to them. But in this one, this current trending topic that everybody can't seem to stop talking about, Will Smith needs to be punished accordingly, severely. For that action.
If Will Smith is now the person they do it for, the comments are already in. This is a war against the black man.
Yeah, exactly.
Then the black man should be sensible enough to not come to a nationally and internationally televised
and slap somebody.
But I think
his fellow black man.
I think he's learned his lesson.
I don't think he has.
No, he has. I think so. He's apologized.
Gentlemen.
Come on.
Okay.
I don't want to put mics down, but I'm going to put mics down if this is what happens. Chef Jeff, I like you. Jeff, you speak. Your hand was up.
You see, that apology that came the following day was a probably forced management thing. because he went up on that stage, did not apologize to Chris Rock, and just made on
mean-
some speech about love, love, love,
No.
and about him get protective during the filming of King Richard and blah 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 blah. It was a horrible speech to follow up a horrible moment for which we cannot be sure he has actually learned enough from.
Do you-
So let me tell you something, to capitalize on what Yoruba was reiterating on my side as well. You know what? The punishment is actually not enough, because saying that you can't go to the Academy Awards is not his house.
They boycotted it too the other
It's not
time.
his
Remember,
house.
Abi? Because of
Jada.
that nonsense.
It's
film.
not his
Jada.
house.
Jada.
So you know
Yeah.
what is the? I mean, like
With all the reactions that have come up from that night, do you think that looking back now he would have done what he did on that night? That's what I mean. I'm not
Yes.
sure he
I
would
don't
want
even
to do
see.
that again.
Look.
All
Will
the
Smith
reactions. I think he feels very
Will
sorry
Smith
right
is
now.
imbalanced. I have to say, I do not buy anything that guy is selling. I do not. Even his acting chops sometimes it's just like today, okay, oh, £7, Pursuit of Happiness, King Richard. Oh, okay.
Guys,
then
at
the
this
other-
point, it's
it
a
just-
personal vendetta.
No,
on
it's
Ira
not.
Buzz.
Nah.
Look at the
See,
video. Look
I
at-
know how to compartmentalize. I will never. I'm the one supporting Wizkid when I'm a Davido fan. It's how it is. I say
see,
it.
a
It's
lot
like
of
that.
women-
About 100. I mean,
A lot of women are
Okay.
saying we'll leave Jada because they still just want to be Mrs. Will Smith. That's just really where it's at.
Yeah.
You know. But here's the thing about the situation. Go and check up the video of when Jada was filming Will against his will. Yes, pun fully intended.
Yes.
When he's like, I don't like it when you just put me on camera just on the spot like that, and blah 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 blah. Check up that
And-
video,
and
and,
that
you're
ma-
gonna see that as a sign that things have not been going well with them.
All right,
No,
all right,
and,
guys.
let me just add one more point. Sorry.
Okay, real
Remember
quick.
when they were doing that relatable talk thing, and she was, saying, entanglement and all that.
August.
Do you know that she was saying, okay, so let's move on everything. Everybody has, done what they needed to do. Will was so insistent on, I will pay you back. I will do you back. They don't have a marriage. They are
It's
just
an open
doing their
marriage
acting.
for which
What,
Jada is
what,
the
what
only
does
one
that
that's
even
open with
mean?
it.
You're going to get married. Why now get married in the first one? Actually open. Let me not talk.
It's open on one side, please, guys. We've got this message in. We've got your messages in. Oh, Xavier from Bagada saying, I officially welcome Victor, son of Pebble, to Smooth the Style on radio.
Thank you.
And he goes on to say, are we still on this slap issue? Please. I need fresh slaps to show up. I need me some drama. Oh, we have drama for you, and it's sad drama, actually. And he also goes on to say, we're messed up in a society where racism is rife, where we ought to protect ourselves as black people. Willie Willie decided to zuzu in public. His award should be taken from him, and Jada will be the end of him, says Xavier. Let's wait till our August present arrives. Whilst MI says, I quote Denzel, that's when the devil comes for you. Denzel Washington.
Which MIO? MIO Kaka or Yaba?
MI from Akoka.
Well, Tosa sent a message, says, for me, Will Smith's apology the following morning isn't sincere. He was obviously forced to make that apology. And Tyre also sent a message as well. He says, I'd like to see you try, try and slap Dwayne Johnson and get back to your seat. We'll have other stories.
Yes, and yet you're still sending messages about this one story. Let's move on now.
All right.
Because we got more for you.
All right. I mean, over the weekend, Friday precisely last week, it was a big story. The gospel artist Osinachi Wachuku, 42 years old, sadly passed away after spending days at an undisclosed hospital in Abuja. There were reports from her colleagues that the artist was accused of, like she was always being beaten by her husband. In fact, popular singer Frank Edwards in a live Instagram video alleged that Osinachi's husband abused her on several occasions. In fact, we hear now that the husband of the late gospel artist has been arrested by the police over the death of his wife.
Yeah, so when the news first came out, they were like, oh, brief illness. We didn't realize the brief illness was violence, as what seems to be coming out now in the stories. But, I mean, what do you guys think? This is so sad.
I mean, Jeff, take this one out.
I don't even want to.
You see, this is something I want to say to everybody listening to the show right now. Please, if you are in an abusive relationship, boyfriend, marriage, whatever, man, woman, please just get out. This is a clear sign of how extreme things can get. The moment someone has done something as crazy as pulling a knife on you or hitting you with something or whatever, it's the time to exit. Don't start saying it's because of my children or whatever, because you know what? Here's the situation that has happened here right now, and it's that she is dead, her brother is dead too as well. That's what things come into being. So it's not like abusive relationships are things that just happen just once. They are things that repeat themselves over time. And once it had happened the first time, that's the first time to start to leave. Second time, why are you still there? So if you are in an abusive situation, please walk out, seek help, tell people, be open about it. And for people who are on the religious side of life, I'm gonna throw
I
my air
was
quotes
gonna
here.
put this
Please
in.
stop saying that trust God or just pray about it. No, no. Faith without works, right? That's what we talk about all the time. Is nothing, right? Okay, time to work.
No,
Do
this
whatever
one
work
time
you
to
you
do.
walk
know,
out.
because of this thing, right? People have been talking and saying, "Oh, what were the leadership of Dunamis Church saying about this?" And just the wider question of, yeah, the wider religious question of, well, when this is happening, what are the churches doing, or what are they saying? What kind of message are they putting out? The Dynamics Church has already said that their lawyers came out and they were like, we actually say
Yeah.
that don't stay, where there's violence, you
Don't
need to
stay.
protect
Yeah,
yourself.
run away.
Yeah, but this thing has so many different angles, and all of them are just sad for me right now. It's just really heartbreaking
You
that
know,
this
the
happened.
thing is,
May her soul
I'm
rest
tired
in
of hearing.
peace.
Yeah,
Amen.
amen.
Because obviously, while she was alive, she wasn't in peace.
No, she wasn't. A lot of
The
people are
first-
going through stuff and they're masking a lot of things. Chef Jeff said, if you're in an abusive relationship, you should leave, which I totally agree with. Now,
But funny enough, can I just put this
Yeah.
out there for people who are the abused in abusive relationships, that it's not that easy. It's not as easy as it is, because remember, there are steps to this thing,
Yeah.
such as isolating a partner from supports,
Yeah.
friends and family.
Yeah.
Like, it goes on until you.
Yeah.
It's like a frog in boiling water,
I
right?
understand.
The water doesn't boil at first; it just gets warm.
but now we're talking about life and death.
Mm.
Yeah. So when it comes to life and death, there are drastic measures you have to take. If it's okay, let me unpack a little bit. There are times when somebody gets slapped. It may be warranted, maybe because of you don't know what the situation is. But when you're talking about abuse, I'm talking of this is consistent. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like consistent every time, any provocation, anything.
Abuse doesn't start. I mean, yes, we can start with physical, but it's not just physical, it's also mental. To
There's-
the point,
yeah.
you know that thing about elephants on the rope,
Yeah.
where you tie a tiny little
Mhm.
elephant baby with a rope and it can't get past it, but then you now have the giant elephant,
Yeah.
the same rope,
Yeah.
and it still can't get past
Yeah.
it. It's because the battle is mental.
Yeah, I know. Everything, even if somebody hits you, it's mental. It becomes mental immediately because just having a conversation with that person, you're already scared. I don't want to provoke this person. I could get slapped again. But my point is, when it gets to this level, and I'm tired of seeing or hearing people like Frank Edwards who see all these things and are not taking enough drastic
Keep talking.
actions.
Keep
But
talking.
You
So
know,
the
in that
thing is
regard,
that-
you cannot see your paddy getting slapped in the studio.
Although there's only so much.
There's just little he could do, because I mean there are also reports that even the pastor said, "Oh, this has been on since 2011." Now they've tried to talk to the woman, but most times because of society, oh, she's a gospel singer. If people hear that, oh, she's divorced, some people might not invite her to, sing again at their events and occasions and churches. So she decided to stay there so she
This
can
is why
bear
you
all
have
the
to protect
consequences.
You know
I get you.
why? You know,
I get you when you say non-physical emotional damage is something that still happens as well. But for me, the first sign is once you've been punched the first time or hit with a table or something, the first time, if you choose to let that go, that's your own decision. But once it's happened a second time and a third time, you should not be there. You need to be taking yourself out of that situation because you don't know where things are going to end up. And if you end up here, here's the situation here, and we can't reverse this. You can't reverse death. You can't reverse the damage that's been done to the family.
let me give
Nothing
you a
at
flip
all
side
is
to
reversible
abuse and
in
everything.
this here.
You
So it's
yeah.
really that. Just please find. I hope you're listening here. Anybody that's going through this, and I hope plenty are listening. That if you find your way out, because you don't want this to be your story about your life. You have so much ahead of you. If you get yourself out there, you can get yourself back to things. Whatever society is saying, you are taking yourself out of an abusive thing that could end your life.
Yeah.
So pull out.
And we also need to even find out again, because I always like to see every side of every story. We need to understand what that relationship was like. Because I've been in an institution like this where somebody I dated she left because she was in an abusive relationship. The next person, this same person, slapped me. Do you understand? So you cannot understand the dynamic. You may not even know what that person was even doing in that relationship to have warranted that. So I'm trying to say, let's try and also look at things 360 sometimes. You don't know what that relationship was like and how it was. But regardless, when it gets to this level that we're talking about where somebody is now dead, when you realize that it's getting to that point, you have to leave regardless.
All right, and this took up all of our time, and rightly it should, because it was a
Sure.
major story with major ramifications. So, a number I just want to put out there: we do have a domestic and sexual violence response team in the Lagos Police Command. So, if you are in trouble, if you are in an abusive relationship, if you need help, call this number 08000 333. You can also call 0813 796 0048. So 08000 333 or 0813 796 0048. We're gonna end the show. It's a somber note, but you know what? There's so many stories we didn't get to touch on, but we can do it on social media. So make sure you find the crew at Chef Jeff 3000, at Irabor 100. They will be weighing in because lots of people got engaged. Oh yeah, in fact, congratulations, Mr. Easy, Timmy Otedola.
Oh,
Britney Spears
Britney
got
Spears is pregnant.
is pregnant. Yeah, Brooklyn Beckham got
Got
married.
married. I feel so old right now.
I'm telling you.
Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul are coming. Breaking Bad characters are going to be on the final season of
That's a call Saul.
Yes.
So much,
Yes.
so much. But that's the end of the show, guys. Coming up, it is going to be Lagos Talks right here on Sweet Breakfast.
Grapevine on the Smooth Breakfast Show. Entertainment.
Hey, that story just.
That was a very responsible thing you did, giving out that number.
Yeah. Very good. Very. I say, babe was
All right,
married,
guys.
divorced. because-
Goodbye
You
from the
told me this.
Grapevine
I told you
crew.
now.
You told me this.
Aha.